us. This is the continuation of my Christmas morning every day. Okay, so we're going to go to the shop this morning. We're 1 week into season. Our season starts when everybody leaves. Okay, we're in a tourist market. Hold on a second. The gimbal just gave out. Can you hold?
I know why it might have done that. I gotta slide the phone in.
The phone's not equal.
Yeah, it's gotta be a bit more in the middle.
Okay. All right, you got it? All right, our gimbal kind of gave out on us there. So it's that time of the year where we just got into our season. Our season's when the tourist season's over. When winter's over, Easter comes into play. Easter basically is the tail end of our season. All you got to do is talk to the servers here, and they'll tell you that's when season ends. So for us, May 1st is when season starts. So we get this extremely huge influx of really cool stuff. Now today we're going to the shop. We're doing our monthly or our weekly meeting with the guys, and I'm going to talk to the guys, and I'm going to tell them pretty much the same thing over. Oh, I tell them every week. So I tell them about all the things, the core principles of the business, and what we do, what makes us different, what makes us allows us to have the success that we had. So some interesting stuff I was sharing with the guys this morning is, so I got this box, I got something delivered here. This was for our chair, and it's a heavy duty box. So every part of my life is interwoven into this business. This is also a different box. It's also super heavy duty, and we sell a lot of stuff on eBay. So this stuff is stuff that we use. Inside of this is a bunch of packing material. Here's something that we sell, like we probably sell 100 garbage disposals a year. So these boxes just happen to be, my water comes in them, just happens to be the right size to sell garbage disposals and send them in. So I'm taking all these boxes in. We're going into this to the shop, and well, basically, we reuse all this stuff. So my truck's full of them, and we're just going to head on down the road here. So Kenny's calling us. He's probably telling us something about it, the live.
Oh, I didn't let him know either. My fault. Sorry, kid.
Yes, sir. So we're going live if you didn't figure that out. Hello? Kenny.
You're live?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're live on the live.
Ah, all right.
So you want to monitor it?
Yeah, I'll monitor it. So, and then I gotta run down to the shop here in the morning real quick, and then so.
All right.
Deal with these bricks real quick, too. So.
Okay, fair enough. I guess we'll see you there.
About time.
Yep. What's that?
About time. Getting those dang bricks out the back.
Right.
Gonna get his copyright strike.
All right. Okay, so let's show the bridge. So this is, I live on the end of Fort Myers Beach Island, and basically this is a bridge that they're bringing in. It's $90 million. The bridge, it's really, really, really fascinating to watch them build this thing. They bring these spans in. They're like 100-foot long, and they brought in a whole bunch of them yesterday. So these red things are forms, and they pour these things, and they run all night long pouring them. And this is going to have a 60-foot above high tide span to the bottom of the bridge, so they don't need the drawbridge anymore. And just look at this thing. This is amazing. None of this was here about a year and a half ago. So they've been delayed over and over because of the hurricane. That other bridge you see over there is a temporary bridge that they built so they could build this bridge. So this is is an interesting thing to watch them build this every morning as I come through. We may, no, this isn't T-Mobile, so we'll be fine. I have T-Mobile service, and then we lose service across these little keys that we go across every morning. So right here, these guys are all having their morning company meeting, and it's interesting to see a guy walk across the street at 1 mile per hour. So, but anyway, this is a concrete truck. They've been pouring all night long, so they pour, they come over here and clean out. It's pretty fascinating, again, like I was saying. So what's coming up next is Lover's Key. Lover's Key is, well, actually we're on Lover's Key. This is another part of Lover's Key. That was Big Carlos Pass. What's coming up is Little Carlos Pass. On the other side of Little Carlos Pass, all of this is the Lover's Key, is where the FEMA guys store the debris when they have hurricanes. It's also where they marshal it, basically. And this is where all of the people are living. They're living here temporarily to build that bridge, and where they're keeping all the materials to build the bridge. So I don't know, it's just fascinating, kind of cool to see and watch. So let's go back to what we're doing. So we have been at this for just a little bit over 18 months. Our purpose in building this YouTube community is to show people how to do a lot of the things that we do, which are pretty unique. We are we're an unusual junk removal company. We're an unusual demolition company, because what we do is we repurpose a lot of stuff. So what's happened is, through the course of 17 years and the market crash that happened way back in the day, where I used to sell real estate and the market crashed, and it kind of changed my whole life, and it started all over. And it's what we did to start all over just to survive turns into this business that we run every day. It's kind of a fascinating thing. So we're going across, this is again Lover's Key. We're going across this on my way to the shop. What we're going to do this morning is we're going to walk through and show you some of the stuff, the cool stuff that we've got. I'm actually going to go personally shopping. I'm very excited about that, because there's going to be some stuff here that fits my decor. And again, I've been flooded out twice by hurricanes. The one hurricane ruined everything I had, so I literally started all over with everything other than clothes when Hurricane Ian came in. So so if you look at my house, you look in the closets and stuff like that, where most people would have like a million things in their closets. My closets are mostly empty. It's, I read something yesterday or the day before where it says that the average house has 300,000 items in it. And it said that like most of them you don't need. Interesting item tidbit. That's AI generated tidbits. I don't know if you guys have dealt with any of this stuff. We had something happen with the AI. We quoted some stuff inside of our course that we got from Chat GPT. And then about 2 weeks later, the information was different than it was the first time. So the first time it said that the junk removal business was $20 billion, 24 billion, growing to 30 billion over the next 5 years. The next time we went and looked at it, a week later, or maybe 2 weeks later, it showed that it was a $10 billion a year industry. So then we made some modifications to our course and went back and we checked it again, and it says it's a $24 billion a year industry now, growing to a $50 billion a year industry. So what am I saying here? I'm saying be cautious about using the AI to quote the AI. I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you. So think about the AI as like a third grader. You got to be careful. It can do an amazing amount of organizational work and stuff like that. We're using it for different things to organize stuff, and it works really well with that. But when you're quoting statistics and stuff from it, you got to be really careful about that. So at least that's what we learned. let's talk about the junk removal book. So I have a junk removal book basically showing how we did what we did to get to where we've gotten with the junk removal business. The junk removal business is what we used to get into the demolition business. Now, we didn't plan it that way. What we did is we started doing, this was a very basic thing for me. So what we started doing is the real estate market had literally crashed. I was heavily invested in the real estate market, and I don't know. It just all came unglued. It's like one day you're playing Monopoly, and the next day you were playing Sorry. It really sucked. So the neighborhood we're driving through here, these houses that you're seeing, they are worth anywhere. A basement garbage house is worth $5 million. Most of these, my neighbor just sold one of them. For I think it was like $13 million. So these are mini mansions. They're 5,000 to 6,000 square feet stacked. They can't go over 50 foot high off of the grade of the lot, and they're stacked right up against each other. And these things are built to withstand these hurricanes, and they do. Now the hurricanes still damage the first floor. And the first floor is where all the utilities come through and go up into the second, third, and fourth floors of these houses. So pretty cool. These houses sit on the beach. This is Bonita Springs, Florida. It's a nice little hidden gem down here in South Florida. It's there's another neighborhood that's very close to here. It's a gated community. It's called Barefoot Beach, and it is, these same houses are bigger. These similar houses are bigger in that area because the lots are bigger, and you're talking, 15 million, 20 million. I don't know what the highest sales have been, but they're pretty wild. This would be the equivalent of like living in Beverly Hills, California, as far as cost and location to the ocean, and that kind of stuff. So pretty cool place to live. Really fun to drive by. We tore that one down. You just went by not too long ago. So back to the junk removal book. So if you are interested, or you've lost your job, or you're sick and tired of working for other people, or you just want to go out and do something productive and have impact, save a lot of stuff from going to the landfill, the junk removal book that we put out and the junk removal courses, they teach you all about that. So here's what we did. For example, we're growing this YouTube community, and we don't know much about it. We're just learning. We've been doing this for about 18 months. So yesterday I hired somebody who's going to teach me how to go to the next level. Okay. And I'm paying him a lot of money to do that. So now I had a choice. I could just learn this on my own and take the next however long it would take. I may never ever learn it, or I could stand on his shoulders. He has a channel that's significantly bigger than my channel, and he has been doing this for a lot more time. And there's things that we're doing that we don't know that we're doing that don't promote the growth that we want to have, the impact we want to have. We're not looking to have a huge amount of views. What we're looking to do is we're looking to teach as many people as we possibly can how to repurpose stuff at a huge level, or a large level. It doesn't matter. Depends on your goals. So let's say you just want to support your family and have a family business. Well, this is perfect for that. So why do I know that? Because my son, his best friend, and I started this whole thing, and literally, they were in one truck, I was in another truck. They were in each of their own trucks. I was in my own truck, and we were all running separate of each other. We had a lot of success doing this. So a lot of guys who've been doing this for a long time would say that this doesn't work. Well, I'm not going to tell them that they're wrong, but I'm going to tell you that this is how we did it. I'm going to tell you what Steve Harvey would say. I'm not telling you how to do this. I'm just telling you how we did it and what we're doing and how it's working. And you're going to see it here in a minute. When we get to the shop, we're going to walk through and we're going to see um, see all the different jobs, all the different stuff that's come back from all the jobs. And you're going to see that the shop is jam-packed full of stuff. Now, our sales from the shop have been um, an average day. Um, an average day is probably on an average is maybe $2,500 to $3,000 a day for the shop. Um, and now again, it's not a store. It's basically just our warehouse, and we sell stuff from it in a bunch of Connex boxes. Connex boxes are shipping containers. If you don't know what that means. So basically what we do is we get this stuff out and we carefully take out the kitchens and the vanities and the appliances and the furniture, and we bring them back to the shop. And what we do when we do that is we sell them for a really good price. So what we're doing is we give the customer a cheaper demo, or do the demo for less money, and then we turn around and um, we clean that stuff up, put it on Craigslist, put it on Facebook Marketplace, put it on eBay, depending on whichever is the most appropriate. If it's small and expensive, it goes on eBay. If it's large, like a kitchen cabinet set, well, we're gonna sell them on Facebook Marketplace, or we're gonna sell it on Craigslist. Um, so so basically, that's what we do. We've been doing this for um, starting with the junk removal about 17 years ago. The demo we started about 2010, and we started that because every time we would get done doing a junk removal, people would say, "Hey, who do you know that takes up tile? Who do you know takes out kitchens? Who do you know that takes out baths? Who do you know that does?" And in the marketplace that I came from, where I grew up, well, the contractor did that. The contractor did it. It just, you didn't have another company doing this. Now, I grew up in a lower income area. Well, and everybody's broke and everybody's trying to get, $100 worth of stuff done for $5. So that doesn't really work with our business model. But if you're in a higher end market and you value your time and you're trying to do really high end stuff, you don't want to do the demo. A lot of times the contractors want to do the demo because the typical demo guy goes too far and he ends up costing them a fortune. They end up taking out things they shouldn't. They end up leaving the water on when they shouldn't. They do kinds of stupid things because they don't know any better. So what we brought to the table is we came from the contracting side of the business into the demolition business. So I come at it from the aspect of me being a contractor and how I would want it done if I was going to have somebody demo for me. So what we've done is we make these guys more efficient, because all the time that they would be closely supervising temporary labor or their labor to take apart a property, we're doing that for them. And not only are we doing that, we are taking that stuff that would normally end up in the landfill and we are repurposing it and helping out everybody. Because for what it would cost to buy, let's say average 2 cabinets at Home Depot, or 2 or 3 cabinets at Home Depot, you can buy a whole kitchen cabinet set. And you can get one that's solid wood and soft close and gigantic, so that you can make all the cabinets fit your particular configuration in your house. So that's what we have done over the years. Now, are we brilliant? Are you kidding me? No, absolutely not. We're just a bunch of hillbillies from Cincinnati that figured out something that works, and then we figured out how to do it a lot. So what we're trying to do here with our junk removal courses is show you basically how we did that. Now, we have other courses coming. The next one's going to be on scrap metal. We have a huge scrap metal following on our channel, something we didn't expect. So we're gonna go and finish up a book on that and how to do it and behind the scenes and how to make the most money scrapping and so on and so forth, which is something that's interesting and fascinating to me. And then the next book we're going to do is on selective demolition. So if you're in a junk removal business and you want to do what we've done as far as go from junk removal into demolition, we can show you how we did that, the segue of how we did that and how we manage it, and give you all the little shortcuts that you need to know so that you don't have to go through a significant learning curve. So that's our goal. Our goal is impact. You know, our goal is to show you how we do what we did over the years, and then also to take you on the journey with us and let you see what we see when we go in and do these houses. So what I'm doing right now is we're driving through our um,
Can
rent
you just put the link in chat
rent.
for the memberships?
So we just put the link for the memberships and that stuff into the chat. So at any rate, what we're doing here is I'm just running you through real quick. This is all the trucks getting ready in the morning. There's a bunch of them across the street. If you look across the street, they're backed up because they're unloading them. These are all the guys getting here, getting ready for our meeting. And this is a bunch of our the employees' cars. Now notice that we don't have a bunch of junky employee cars. You want to know why? Because we pay well. We pay good. If you're going to do what we need you to do, we're going to pay you well to do it. So basically all of these dump trailers and stuff, we hook a box truck to a dump trailer, and all the tools and everything are in the box truck, and all the kitchen cabinets and all that stuff, we bring them back with the box trucks. This is the if you're from this area, this is the old uh, Greyhound dog track parking lot. So anyway, at this time of the year, we grow from 60, 70 employees, we grow to 130 employees, and we'll stay at that size um, until October or November. And then you say, well, what do? You let everybody go? And I say, no, it's just the normal attrition in the labor business. They're constantly moving around. That's just the way it is. A lot of guys work for us during season. They go work other places for different times of the year. Don't ask me to elaborate on that because I don't fully understand it myself. So this is us pulling into the shop. See all the trucks over here? So all these trucks that you see all lined up right here, these guys are unloading these trucks. So we're gonna go check this out. So let's go see what's come in recently here at the shop. So all these trucks over here, these trucks that are over here right now, these trucks were unloaded and they're parked them here, and their crew leaders are gonna take them and go hook them up to their trailers. So we have a truck that runs all day long. All he does is dump trailers. He'll dump one trailer after another. A lot of guys, they'll go to their next job and they may go with a half-filled dump trailer, and by the time it's full, that guy will come in and he'll switch them trailers, and we do that. It works really good the way we're doing it. Right here, you see these guys. These guys are they're putting a refrigerator. So they're starting to put it upside down. Okay, so that's going to be like a Sub-Zero refrigerator. It's really narrow, which means it's one of two that are sitting side by side. We get a lot of those every year. If you look all the way down this row here, there's a whole bunch of refrigerators. This is a relatively new kitchen cabinet set here. So if you look at this, it's solid wood, plywood, soft close. We're asking $3,000 for that. It's got these pantry cabinets that come with it, and you can't come over here and show them this. So inside of these pantry cabinets, they've got all these drawers. This makes this wildly expensive. You know, this one cabinet would cost as much as $3,000 if you bought it brand new. Might cost $1,500, I'm not sure. But so that's an example of a new kitchen cabinet set. This one here, if you look here, look at this sink setup here. Is that pretty cool? Okay, now we had this one on before and people were saying this is an IKEA set, and I don't know, maybe it is. To me, it's really cool looking. I'm not a cabinet aficionado, but this one we're asking $3,300 for it, and you're getting a whole kitchen cabinet set, including a couple of appliances, because we're including this drawer here and that sink with it. You think so? Yeah, I don't know about that. We sure get a lot of them. I've noticed one thing I've noticed over the last year or so is we're getting more and more kitchen cabinet sets that are branded. A lot of times over the years, we really have had no branding on them. So we would have kitchen cabinet sets, but you wouldn't have a name on them. Like this one says Marilat on it. That would be an expensive thing. Now this is not soft close. This is probably 1980, probably 1990s set. Super high quality, nothing wrong with it. Engineered wood, but high quality engineered wood. Now, low quality engineered wood, if it gets wet, it explodes. High quality engineered wood, it stays together quite a bit. It'll get water on it several times before it comes apart. Now this right here, here's an example of something that we learned. Notice how we have these all on 2x4s. We put the 2x4s on because what happens is the owners or the people that are looking at these, the customers would open the doors and they would rub across the base cabinets and it would ruin the finish on the doors. So we learned that and it makes for a better presentation. It looks better. So these cabinets are put, when they unload these cabinets, they put them so that when you open the doors, they don't scuff up against the base cabinets. This is another huge set. We're asking $2,400 for that. So at any given time, we have 25 sets of cabinets, okay? This time of the year, we're gonna have 30 or 40 sets of kitchen cabinet sets. So what do we sell the most of? Kitchen cabinets. We sell about 1,500 sets of them a year. This is a base cabinet for a vanity. Here's another huge set. So this huge set here, super high quality, today's colors, 1,600 bucks. Look at that. It's a freaking great deal. It's worth getting in your truck and coming from California and get them. I'm just kidding, not California. That's too far. But there are people that come here from all over the country. So Logan, is this a new one we just got in?
Just got into it.
All right, cool.
We'll look out there, setting the rest of stuff on.
All right, cool. So this is a
Just set it on top of this one.
this is a high-end Wolf stove, and the guys are just bringing it in off of a truck. So basically, they're just setting that up. That's going to be that stove would be 10,000, 15,000 brand new, depending on when it was bought. Hi, Cliff.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
All right.
So how's it feel being the conductor of the circus?
Organized chaos. I love it.
Yeah, you like being busy. I can see it in your body language. What's up, young man? I like your hat. That's a nice hat. You want to trade hats? No, just kidding.
I have too much hair to put a hat on.
Oh, I get it. I get it. All right, so here's a couple more kitchen cabinet sets. $1,600 for this. Go to Home Depot. This one, and this one will be about that amount. About that amount of money. So that's.
Someone asked, how do you decide a price on when you resell? Do you just look up what it would sell for new?
Okay, the way we price things typically, if it's not a kitchen cabinet set, we're looking it up, and whatever it would sell for today, we start at a third of that. And then what we do is we do that for about 30 days, and then we'll bring the price down 10% a week after that until it sells. Because we have a very limited amount of space. We have 20,000 square feet. There was a time when we were in 90,000 square feet. And when we were in 90,000 square feet, hey, did we have enough room when we were in 90,000 square feet, Cliff? Yeah, we saved everything. Now, we still didn't have enough room. We're looking for more room. Of course, we were trying to sell stuff that we've learned doesn't sell quick enough, period. Check out some more of the stuff. So here, this is a Sub-Zero. If you look at this little thing in between it, that is a heater. It's designed out the refrigerator part, one side of a two-sided refrigerator. So these high-end fridges, they would be so big. So what they're doing is they're just manhandling this because they could just put it on a hand truck and work it that way, but they've got enough manpower here. They just pick it up and move it. Okay, so here's a couple of these amazing kitchen cabinets, kitchen refriges. We sell this kind of stuff all the time. We'll sell it on eBay and we'll ship it all the way to California. Here, like this one is an older one. It's $2,000. This one is not very old at all. This is a 2000. That's 15 grand new. All right, so let's walk through here and look at some other stuff. So if you come over here, morning. You look over here at this refrigerator. You see that monster refrigerator? So sometimes you put these refrigerators on their sides, you bring them back over here, we wait a day to plug them in, you plug them in and they don't work. It's truly sad, but this refrigerator is way older than it looks. This refrigerator is 20 years old. It doesn't look that old, but it is. Now look back in here in our scrap area. So this is what happens. What's that?
Holy crap.
So this is what happens when we get into season. Look at how much stuff is out here. So this is Bernard. Bernard runs the scrap crews. And if you look back in here, good morning, Bernard. If you look back in here, they're from the Englewood Bank?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're getting to the tail end of this big, gigantic job we're going to be putting out on video shortly. It's a 10,000 square foot real estate office that was converted into a real estate office from a bank. Wait till you see how much trouble we had just getting the bank vault apart. It ended up being a gigantic, huge thing. So this is all the scrap coming back, and look at all of the amount of scrap that we have. Now, just from last week to this week, the amount of copper that's sitting here in the cans. So a lot of this stuff, what happens when the guys get here early, we have them go ahead and we help out in some way. You're either helping out with scrap or you're helping out with unloading the trucks. So the scrap area looks nice and clean. That means they're keeping up with it. They won't be able to keep up with it shortly because we're going to get so much all at the same time. So we're 1 week into season. Morning, fellas. Hi. Man, that's about the cleanest that area has been in forever. Bernard's been staying on top of it. So this dumpster here, what we do with this is for the stuff that we are throwing away because we couldn't sell it. It's if you look up in there, you can see some of the stuff. You've seen it on other videos. And it's just stuff that we know we can't sell, or it's stuff that's not in very good condition, or it's just taking up space that we just can't, we just don't have the room. That's all there is to it. So all these pavers here, one of the guys that works for us, he's getting those. We have been so busy that we haven't gotten them taken to his house yet. I'm sorry, Kenny. We'll get to it soon. So those are going to take over to Kenny. Now, Kenny works here. What's that? So tomorrow we're doing a scrap metal video that scrap metal we did a couple weeks ago, and it's a pretty interesting one. We did two things on that scrap metal day. We actually did a live. We filmed it to put it on the channel. We did two different sections to it. One section is us showing up and what did we get, and the other section is, hey, what is this stuff? How do you make it clean, and how is it bought? What is it called? What's the proper language? What's the terminology behind the scenes, and so on and so forth. So basically what we've done is, that is the start of our scrap metal book that we're just starting to write right now. So here you go. Let's go check out some more. So right here, large French door. Okay, what goes through my head when I see this is hard to sell because it's 8 foot. But look at here, 4-1, it's pending. So somebody's interested in that. They didn't actually buy it. So that's 4-1. I don't know what pending means. We don't normally use that term. Now, as we go through this, if you notice, the stack is getting smaller. Okay, now these are super huge windows for hurricane windows. Not many places can apply this but we will sell them over time. And they're sitting in an area where we have the space and it's outside. So these came out of that 7-story high rise that we tore down on the beach. Now right here, this is Omar, and what he's doing is he is cleaning up. He's cleaning these things up, getting them ready. The girls, this cabinet set would have just came in today. He's basically getting them ready so that we can, so they're not soft close, but it's a super nice quality set. It is engineered wood, but he's getting them cleaned up. The girls will come in and measure them after he's done, and then they'll put them on. So this set will be like $1,500. Now Logan does the pricing here at the shop. Now this is a 1980s set of a bedroom set. Now that'll probably, unfortunately, get thrown away. Okay, or the guy selling here, they'll see somebody interested in something like that, and they'll sell it to them for nothing, just because they're trying to get they're just trying to get it out of here without us throwing it away. We do not want to throw anything away. So meanwhile, so those are interesting too. Unfortunately, they're probably not going to make it. They're probably going to end up getting thrown away. So basically, you put an orange in here, and it goes down and it hits each of these bells as it comes down. And this is in like a learning center with citrus. Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
So stuff like this, we get these all the time. These are server racks. They're extremely expensive. The problem is our customers typically we're typically not going to be able to sell them. We do sell some every year, but it's not something that they look for. Now, we used to sell HVAC systems like crazy. Now, because of all these gigantic condominium complexes we got super saturated with them. We're only able to sell maybe 4 or 5 or 10 a year, and this is